This is not the official setup, but I know a couple of you are going to ask, what desk do I have? This is my old setup. I just wanted to give you guys an idea how my old setup looked like. The thing that annoyed me most about my old desk is this right here. See, I had to put my computer in here, which made it really hard to access anything behind it. You can see there's a cluster of cables. There's this big wooden plank thing here that is really hard to kind of maneuver around, so it's super annoying. And obviously there was a couple of drawers that made life a lot easier. But overall, this is how my old setup looked like. There's a little low light noise because I was using my mom's camera because mine was out of battery, but this is a table. And no, this is not a sponsored table. And yes, I did pay full price, $516 from Amazon. Assembly was not hard, but you gotta use that stupid thing that they send you because the screws only work with that. All the steps were easy, even for a professional like me. Overall, you just put one and one together. Eventually, I had to get the help of my sister to help me balance it, who was more concerned about the fact that I was sweating and shaking a lot for being so out of shape, but I actually managed to put it together somewhat. By then, my camera was charged, so I was giving it a little bit of a test. I could not find a tabletop that I wanted a bigger one, and IKEA had a 61-inch, their largest one, and if I wanted a bigger one, I would have to do a custom one, which was quite expensive, so I was like, hey, what if we do something? So what you're looking at right now is actually a small bathroom door or a closet door that's actually sanded, so all you have to do is put some stain and poly on it. So we ended up staining it to match my hardwood floors. You can kind of see the color of it starting to take shape. So this is how the top looked after stain. After the stain dried, we gave the first coat of poly. This is water-based, and when I say we, mainly my dad, because I'm that kind of a son. This is how it looks after the first coat of poly. Obviously, it has to dry. While that was drying off, it was time to say goodbye to my old setup. Computer was out first, my $30 monitor arm, and so on until there was nothing left. By now, the table already had 2 coats of poly, and we were buffing out any bumps with the 150mm buffer screen. And then we put a 3rd coat of poly. And by the way, I probably would have gone for 1 more coat, but it was kind of late. You can see that it's already dark outside, so I was like, 3 is fine. Vacuum out any sort of dirt that I had left over, brought in the frame, and then when the table dried off, we finally brought in the tabletop. You can see there's a little bit of difference in size. My old desk was about 60 inches and this is 80 inches. We had to screw it in place, but why bend over in difficult positions when you can raise this baby up? We put in the screws, the power supply, and the control. Cut in the holes for the cables. I was like, we should have done this outside. And my dad's like, it's dark and I'm lazy. So I guess like father like son, I get my laziness from him, which I had to clean up once again. So I started hooking stuff up and more cleaning because everything was dirty. For the time being, my computer has to stay on my desk because the cables from the monitors are not long enough when I raise the table up. I had to change cameras because mine was out of battery, but here I'm trying to adjust the new desk to the same height as my old desk. Here I'm trying to find a good height for it when it's lifted. Basically, I want to be standing up when I'm editing videos, and when I'm gaming and streaming, I'll be sitting down. That way, I'm not sitting down the whole day. Eventually, I got everything running. This is how it's looking right now. I got cable management stuff coming in, and I got longer cables for the monitors so I can put my computer under my desk, and I also have a drawer coming in under the desk, but this is still a work in progress. This is how it's looking, because I know a lot of people are going to ask me on stream, how's the new table, what's it look like, what it is, so that's why I made this video. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and there will be an official setup when everything is finished, hopefully in about a week or so.
We have Hannah, we have okay, let's see who's the hungriest of all.